जीवो विनयिता साक्षी मुकुंदो मित विक्रमः अम्भो निधिरनन्तात्मा महोदधिशयोऽन्तकः जीवः विनयिता साक्षी मुकुन्दः अमित विक्रमः अम्भो निधिः अनन्तात्मा महोदधिशयः अन्तकः. Jivaha, individual self, the limited ego, which is called Jiva, who in its sense of separateness from the Supreme Being experiences the endless joys and sorrows in the fields of life. One who functions as the experiencer of the field called Kshetrajna, the Jiva or the being or the body is called Kshetra, and the knower of the Kshetra is Kshetrajna, knower or experiencer of the Kshetra or of the field is Kshetrajna. Now, this is beautifully described in Bhagavad Gita in the second verse of chapter 13. It reads, Kshetragnam chapi mam vidhi sarva kshetreshu bharata. Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, O Bharata, O Arjuna, vidhi, know, understand me as the Kshetrajna cha api. You understand me. Earlier in the previous verse, Krishna said, I am the Kshetra, I am the body. Now in the second verse, he is telling, know me to be the Kshetrajna also. Where? Not in one body, but in all the living beings, all the bodies, Sarva Kshetreshu. Kshetragnam cha apimam vidhi Sarva Kshetreshu Bharata. Then he's telling, knowledge, this knowledge is the real knowledge. Kshetra Kshetrajnayoho Gnanam Yattad Gnanam Matam Mama. Yadnanam kshetra kshetrajnayoho tadgnanam matam mama. I consider that knowledge to be the real knowledge. Which knowledge? The knowledge of the difference between kshetra and kshetrajna. Both are same. So Krishna is telling, also know me as the kshetrajna, that is the knower in all the kshetras, that is fields, bodies. Now, further, Krishna is telling that the knowledge of the kshetra and the kshetrajna is real knowledge. He says he considered this to be the true knowledge. Now, as kshetrajna present in bodies of all the beings, Mahavishnu is a witness to the devotion, to the bhakti, to the sincerity in all the seekers. He is Vinayita Sakshi. Vinayita Sakshi means witness of modesty, witness of all that is going on in the minds, in the thoughts of the all the beings. So Lord is the one consciousness which illumines the very sense of humility also in his devotee's heart. So this denotes pure consciousness. The Supreme is the one without a second, and therefore, from his state of universal oneness, he sees nothing other than himself everywhere. There is no dvandva, there is nothing except him. The entire universe is his manifestation. He is part and everything is a part and parcel of the Supreme Self. So, for the Supreme Self, there is nothing like mine and thine, this and that, mine and other. There is no concept of other because everything is within himself. So, in this absolute nature, he does not see the world of finitude. Finiteness is not there because finiteness, finitude is a defect of the diva. Because of the deluded devilry, the ego thinks itself is finite, helpless, small, petty. This is not so. Not knowing so is true knowledge. For a true and ardent devotee, witnessing their devotion, Mahavishnu becomes Mukundaha, the giver of liberation. Muktim dadati iti Mukundaha. One who gives liberation is called Mukunda. So, to those who are trying to free themselves from the imperfections of the conditioning of matter, and for those who are striving to endure the delusion caused by Maya, for them, Mahavishnu being the very goal, the very Parandhama, very object of worship, he ultimately gives them complete liberation. Thus, he is called Mukundaha. He is a liberator for all devotees who approach him in a true spirit of total surrender. Anyatha Sharanam Nasti, Tvameva Sharanam Mama, who say this and with whole body and soul, for them he is the Mukundaha. Now, for protecting such devotees and punishing anybody who is harassing such devotees, punishing the evildoers, the Supreme has immeasurable power. Amita Vikramaha. Amita Vikramaha. Unmeasured progress. One with immeasurable power, strength. One whose Vikrama means one whose step is immeasurable. Then Amita is immeasurable. Vikrama is a step. That means his every step he takes, every action of his is extremely powerful. Now Vikramaha reminds us of the Bhavana incarnation, in which Mahavishnu in three steps measured the three worlds. So he's called Trivikramaha. Vikrama is one step, Trivikrama is three steps. In three steps, he has measured the entire universe, all the three worlds. And since the Lord's steps are so vast, they are indeed immeasurable. With just one step, he measures the entire space between the earth and the heaven. So that is the vastness of the step. So Amita Vikramaha. Now he is he is like the ocean. The ocean is full of valuables, full of jewels. Like that, he is also and ocean is the resting place of even of the gods. So he is like the ocean. Ambho nidhi. Ambaha is water. Ambaha. Ambho nidhi is a treasure house of all valuable things. Ocean. Ocean has two meanings. It is a resting place of gods and others. Bodhi means ocean. The Lord Himself has declared in Bhagavad Gita, I am of the lakes, I am the ocean. He has identified Himself with the lake. He says the ocean is also a manifestation of me. Sarasam Asmi Sagaraha. Among the water bodies, I am Sagaraha. पुरोधसां च मुख्यं मां विद्धि पार्थ बृहस्पतिं सेनानीनाम् अहं स्कन्दः सरसाम् अस्मि सागरः. O Partha, O Arjuna, know me as Brihaspati among the priests. Know me as Kanda among the generals. And know me as the ocean among the water bodies. Now, as per the Taittiriya Brahmana, there are four Ambas: Devas, men, mains, that is the spirit, are Pitrus, and Asuras. So, therefore, the term Amboniti means one who is a substratum, resting place for all the four types of creatures. Now, being the substratum For all the four types of creatures, he is the infinite self, Ananta Atma, Anantatma, which is the next name. Sorry, took some time in adjusting. There was some technical problem. Ambho Nidhi, ocean, the resting place of gods. The next name is Anantatma, finite self. He is undefeated by time, space, or substance, and therefore, in his own unconditioned nature, he is infinite self. Ananta Atma also means one who manifests himself as the endless varieties of entities constituting the universe which we are able to perceive with our five senses. Ananta also means endless, and therefore the endless self, which means the Paramatma. It means the Paramatma, the Supreme Self. Ananta is also the name of Adisesha, the thousand-hooded serpent supporting the entire universe. Mahavishnu is reclining on such Adisesha in the ocean of milk, Kshirasagara. So he is known as Mahodadi Kayaha, one who is reclining on the Anantasesha, Adisesha in the ocean of milk. So according to description of Vishnu Purana, Lord Vishnu reclines upon the Adisesha in the milky ocean of Vaikuntha, that is the Kshirasagara of Vaikuntha. Means one who remains reclines on upon the waters of the deluge when all names and forms have been dissolved into the unmanifest. At that stage, there are no names and forms. There is only vast, unlimited, unmanifested water. We call it water, the deluge, or water, the pralaya. Now, in that water, on a fig leaf, Mahavishnu is lying as a small baby. Beautiful Krishna. There is a very, very nice Sanskrit sloka about this, which all of you must be familiar. Kararavindena padaravindam mukharavinde viniveshayantam vatasya patrasya puteshayanam balam mukundam manasa smarami. It says, with my mind, that means I meditate on baby Mukunda, who with his lotus like hand catches his lotus like feet and brings it near his lotus like face and steals our heart and sleeps peacefully on a banyan leaf in the ocean of milk. That is why Padaravindam, Aravindam, it's on lotus. The word is again repeated. Kararavindena Padaravindam, Mukharavinde Viniveshayantam, Vatasya Patrasya Puteshayanam, Balam Mukundam, Manasa Asmarami. So at the time of Pralaya, Vishnu dissolves the entire universe in himself as Antakaha. Antaka means death. So symbolically, it is used the word death as time because he is time. Kala, Kala Purusha. As time, he is the one who brings about constant changes in the world. Now the changes include changes from Sthiti to Pralaya. Laya. From Laya again to Srishti, then to Sthiti. These are the cosmic changes. All these changes are brought about by Mahavishnu. He brings about constant changes without which no evolution or creative development is ever possible. Without Laya or without Pralaya, there cannot be any Srishti. So, so-called death, so-called pralaya is also a necessary step for the next stage of creation in the endless cosmic cycle. Now, this brings to mind the frightening form seen by Arjuna in Vishwarupa Pradarshana by Lord Krishna. Then Arjuna asked, "Who are you? Who are you, my Lord? I am not able to see. I am not able to visualize. This form is so ferocious, so frightening. I cannot figure out. I am not able to comprehend. In reality, who are you?" Krishna, in 2, 3 verses, he clarifies, Kalosmi, Kalaha Asmi, Kalosmi, Lokakshayakrit Pravruddhaha, Lokan Samahartumiha Pravruddhaha. I am the mighty world destroying mind, engaged, determined now in annihilating the worlds. कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षयकृत् प्रवृद्धः लोकान् समाहर्तुम् इह प्रवृत्तः. Therefore, he says, Rite pitvam, Rite apitvam, even without you, whether you fight the war or not, whether run away from battle is immaterial. Rite pitvam, na bhavishyanti sarve, e avastitaha pratyanikeshu yodhaha. Now all these warriors, yodhaha, who are assembled in pratyanikeshu, in the opposing armies, avastitaha, assembled here, na bhavishyanti, sarve na bhavishyanti. None of these warriors are going to live because I am determined. I, as a Kala, I am determined in annihilating the world. You are going to be only an instrument. Nimitta matra. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. This is the concluding advice Lord Krishna gives. So we all should understand that we are all instruments in his hands. Okay? With this, we'll end this verse. सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति